Well, Merry Christmas and welcome to the Karns Christmas Parade. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy.
Hi, I'm Becca James, the girl with two first names.
What a joy. Happy Christmas, happy Advent.
Yes,
Happy
Merry
all
Christmas.
the things.
Merry.
Yeah, we are excited. It is certainly parade season in East Tennessee, and we are delighted on behalf of the Frank and Friends show to be back here anchoring the Karns Network coverage. And we've got some outstanding students who are helping us right immediately near us. We've got Emma, Alyssa, and Jesse, students of Mr. Wade at Karns High School. And, you know, his whole audiovisual program is just going gangbusters. I mean,
The setup is really impressive. I feel like I'm on a very professional set.
well, you're right, because they know what they're doing, and it's very cool to have students helping us here. Or actually, we're kind of in their way. this is their stuff, and we're just borrowing it for an hour and a half or so. We are located right on Oak Ridge Highway at Mike Grimes Insurance. And we're thankful to Mike Grimes for letting us use the parking lot and the facilities, and by that I mean facilities quite literally.
Oh, not to mention the free coffee.
Yeah.
So thank you for Mike. You're the true MVP.
You can see we're getting ready. Obviously, they've got the helicopter is flying over Oak Ridge Highway right now.
Yep.
And that's to make sure that the road is closed. If you've ever, and I've lived in the Karns community for almost 20 years, and when I didn't know there was going to be a parade and I was trying to drive across, like in July, and I'm trying to drive, and you're like, oh, what's going on? So, they've closed down Oak Ridge Highway for the parade, and their sheriff, I guess, was just checking to make sure.
That's good. Safety first, because people are lined all the way up and down Oak Ridge Highway right here, getting ready for the parade. They're staging at Ingalls.
Yeah.
And it looked impressive.
There's you came in that way.
I made the mistake of coming in
I took
through
the back
Ingalls.
roads and basically made turn onto the highway, turn into Mike Grimes as quick as possible.
Yeah, so I passed the staging area, and there were already a ton of floats for us, and that was around 8 o'clock. So
outstanding.
I can't imagine how many more there are right now. I think we're in for a real treat.
Well, Karns community has a couple of things that going for them. I mean, number one, if you want to be in the parade, you just show up in time. And then we have it set up so that the organizers of the parade, so that Charlie Austin, Bob Fox, Julie Muse, some of the others are able to then send us. We have it set up so we've got a document here that they can update remotely.
Yeah, you're behind the scenes as we have a laptop set up of all of the floats and a little bit about them that we'll be seeing as we come down.
They're now checking the other side of the street. See, first they checked the lane that goes that way. Now they're checking the lane that goes this way. Well, one other
You'd
thing.
think they could do that at the same time, but it never hurts to double check.
One other thing that's pretty cool is, now here we are in 2021, and a lot of the Christmas parades are back. Like for example, my wife and I walked in the downtown Knoxville parade.
I saw the photos. How was that last night?
It was packed. It was crowded. I mean, I hadn't been in that parade for a long, long time since I worked for the company that put it on. But I was representing East Tennessee PBS last night, and it was just amazing to see how deep the folks were packed on Gay Street. But it was exciting. But they didn't have that parade last year. The Rocky Hill Parade. I'll be at the Rocky Hill Parade tonight.
Yeah, that's nice.
And
lots of ways to be festive this weekend.
But they didn't have that parade last year. And, of course, the point I'm making is there was a parade last year. There was a parade in 2020, and it was the Karns community. And that's why we're on YouTube. It all comes to that. Last year, the Karns community said, you know what? We understand that you may not be able to come out and view the parade in person because it's 2020 and there's all the things with the pandemic and whatnot. But you know what? We can safely stage a parade on this huge highway. It was stretched out safely and with extra space in between.
Yeah.
And we can put it on YouTube. So the whole reason that we're on YouTube today doing this is because last year it was out of necessity. And what do they say about necessity? It's the mother of invention, Becca.
Oh, that's what it is.
The mother of invention.
You know it's early, right, Frank? No, what I like about this is
I'm quoting
everybody...
Thomas Edison from the 1800s. How are you supposed to know that?
I wasn't around then, Frank. I'm sorry. But I do love this because I'm seeing all the families come out. And then for those people who aren't big fans of maybe cold weather or have littles that are hard to contain, like my kids. Hi, Brady. Hi, Carter. They're watching from home with their dad. Hi, Jonathan. I should say hi to my husband as well, because they're hard to contain in a situation like this. So it's great that we can present this on YouTube, and you can still participate without having to leave your home if you have struggles.
Now, Catherine Frady, who does the Frank and Friends shows and the Seymour Smokies Insider Edition with me, she's in New York doing opera auditions.
Wow.
She texted me that she's going to try to watch us on the subway So,
Oh.
hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Please tell everyone in New York that Tennessee says hi. So there's going to be a lot of folks involved in the parade. Some of the Grand Marshals this year are football players at Karns High. We'll announce them as they come by. I know I've already gotten a text from my friend Mindy Thomas at TriStar Twirl.
Yes, and the cheerleaders are going to be here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're going to be coming down. We've got like the Knox County Sheriff Department is going to be participating.
Well, I think I'm pretty sure this is outside the city limits and it's county territory. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
So nice. I can see.
It looks like they're getting ready to start coming this way. You can see all of the police lights
I think
flashing.
we're going to have another helicopter fly over first, though. That might be what we're doing.
Safety first.
Well, I also think they're enjoying it. I just get a feeling that the helicopter pilots are having a good time right now.
So, Frank, tell me, while we wait for the parade to officially kick off, what is your favorite holiday tradition?
Wow. I mean, I first do love parades. I mean, I used to go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade every year as a kid.
Oh.
My dad would take us. And I've always been a ham for parades. Love to announce them, love to be in them. And occasionally I like watching them, but mostly I like participating. And also listening to Christmas music is a big thing in my world. I have an extensive collection of Christmas music. I've got a friend named Bean who lives in England now. He used to live in New York. Where did he live? Seattle, New Orleans, Los Angeles, all
everywhere.
Over the place. Anyway, he lives in London, and he and I are always communicating all year long about different Christmas songs. And I'm doing part-time work at a station right now that's playing all Christmas. So I'll say
fun.
104.9 Lake FM, all Christmas through December 26th. So you can check out some of those songs. And it's funny because I got here and I was quoting the Taylor Swift version of Last Christmas, which is the same as everybody else's, but
absolutely, but it's
got
Taylor Swift.
The breakup songs have a different ring to them when Taylor sings them.
Is this Taylor's version, or are we gonna?
No.
Is she gonna release that? Do
you know what? She's gonna have to re-record it because
Yeah, because that one came out quite a while ago.
Yeah, she didn't write it or anything. It's a cover, so maybe she doesn't care. But I guess she still probably wants to own the masters. Well, as the parade gets closer, I think we have enough time to also mention there's something pretty cool happening here in the parking lot behind us at Mike Grimes Insurance. There's a family who they didn't even know we were going to be here. It's like, why are you here at our tailgate party? Because Mike very generously, not only did he let us camp up out here with the Karns Fair tent and the video equipment, but there's a young boy named Bear, and Bear is celebrating his birthday and came to the parade last year. Oh, they're getting loud and proud with the helicopter now. So last year, Bear had lost his grandpa, and his grandma Ernestine is here right now, and they're having a little party over there for Bear, birthday party for Bear. So Bear, as far as we know, may think this is a birthday parade.
That's okay. He can think that.
It's entirely possible.
And if you've walked by their little tailgate setup, whatever they made for it smells delicious.
They offered us food, and I said,
now you tell me.
Well, I said not till after we get off the camera, because the last thing I need is some delicious biscuit crumbs in my beard. Or she's got the Beaver Joe donuts. Have you had those?
Oh, yes, I have.
Oh, my goodness.
And they're the size of your head.
And I have a big head, so that's quite a donut. So thank you for that. Well, if you are able to, I guess I should check and see if you're able to make a comment on the Karns Parade on the YouTube. We would love to see and hear from you. Of course, we'll be doing our best to keep up and follow along. And go ahead and share the link. You can maybe find it. I put it on the Frank and Friends Facebook page, but if that's easy for you to share that, then it would be to share the YouTube link, which I think if you're watching YouTube at this point, you probably have figured it out. But one thing that would be extremely helpful to the Karns community is if you can click subscribe on the Karns Network, because this is great that we're here doing the parade, but Mr. Wade and his students are also year-round working on covering other events that happen at the Karns High School, whether it's a sporting event or other community things. So I wanted to see if I can check.
They're getting faster with the flyovers.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make a point. We haven't talked about them enough, I guess. They want our attention. So that's Karns Elementary School, I think, that we're directly across from. And then Karns Middle School, I guess, is behind us, or maybe it's vice versa. I'm a little bit turned around. But let's see. I'm going to check the stream and see. Oh, you can do it over there and see if we got any comments coming in. Oh, Catherine Frady says, it's me, Catherine Frady, watching from New York.
Hi, Catherine. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in from New York.
Fantastic.
Are you
Oh, good.
actually on the subway? That's what I want to know.
Well, that's what she texted. She texted, but now she's commented also on, as she rides the train into the city. She says she's going to be watching, so that's fantastic.
That's awesome. And good luck, or what's the official term? Break a leg?
No, in opera you say toy, toy, toy.
Toy, toy, toy.
It's like you're spitting. It's a spitting noise.
Oh.
So we actually can wish that to the parade goers, too, because in show business, you don't say good luck.
Yes.
Yeah,
you say break a leg.
Break a
or
leg.
Toy, toy, toy.
Well, opera, it's toy, toy, toy.
Toy, toy, toy.
And then ballet, it's in French, and it's a dirty word, and I can't say it.
Oh. I did not realize that different style of performances had different words or phrases for good luck. I'd always heard break a leg growing up with a theater background.
Absolutely. And as had I. And in improv, it's theater-ish. So we say break a leg to each other, break a leg, break all the legs, blah, blah, blah. Well, then I started being part of the Oak Ridge Civic Ballet Association. I had a comedy role did it for about 10 years now. And now they finally have moved on and re-choreographed that scene. But I learned the ballet term for, on you, which it's gross, but it's funny. And then my wife started singing in opera choruses. So she sang in the opera chorus for Aida and Cavalleria Rusticana. And then, of course, Catherine Frady, who has her own opera company. She's one of my dear friends. So I've learned that this spitting noise, toy, 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 like that, is the sound you
That
make
is
for
also
opera.
how one of my sons just kisses. He doesn't understand what a pucker is, so he goes when he's trying to give you a kiss.
So he's wishing you a great singing performance.
Oh, well, he does like the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And actually, fun fact, since it is Christmas season,
The Itsy Bitsy Spider is decked out in holiday garb.
When you are a new parent and you think of all of these kids' songs that you grow up listening to.
Yeah.
And then you're a parent and you've had maybe 2 hours of sleep and you cannot think of the words to any of them except Silent Night. So my kids' bedtime song since they were born has always been Silent Night. And my husband and I do the duet. Most of the time he lets me take lead. Every now and then he tries to, and it's a train wreck. I love you, husband. You can't sing. He knows.
Do either of you play instruments by any chance?
No.
Well, all right, but you sing. You can sing to them.
I mean, loosely, yes, I can sing.
Well, my son-in-law is able to play the piano. So he has been playing piano lullabies for the children to get them to go to sleep.
Oh.
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Because he played, my daughter sent me a video. He's playing this lovely piano lullaby. I mean, she put, listen to it closely. And I realized that he was playing the song Call Me by Blondie.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's actually whole album. They make whole albums and Spotify lists of lullabies that are actually musical versions of popular music.
When the kids are staying over, when they come visit in the summer, and the parents drop them off, and we have to get them to bed somehow. We put on, tell Alexa to play piano lullabies.
Wait, you mean your general energy hasn't worn them out by bedtime, that they actually want to stay up?
Well, the piano lullabies are a part of it. No, it's part of their routine. But yes, I don't.
Routine is very important.
It depends
kids.
what we've done. Even sometimes the 7-year-old, I have to pick him up out of the car and carry him upstairs in fireman's carry because I have worn him out during the day.
I believe that.
Yeah, but they're excited about Christmas so much so that they couldn't get to sleep the other night. And my son-in-law yells into the other room, "Should I be hearing a toy dinosaur right about now?" And Charlie, the third boy, yells, "Only if your ears are working." So,
oh my gosh, that is the best part about kids. Is
they're trying to figure out where all the sarcasm comes from.
Well, but I love how they'll take something and just find a creative way to respond to you.
Well, the blue light special is here.
I know they're coming down
for the parade. I am very excited about this. You can see the blue lights from the police, the red lights from the fire truck, and here, you see them now on the screen. They're still probably quarter mile from where we're seated here at Mike Grimes Insurance, but they'll be with us shortly. Maybe now even at only a tenth of a mile down.
Yeah, and as you're watching on the live stream, if you even look kind of further behind, you can see all of the people, and it just looks like a sea of people because that's how great the turnout is today. So, and thank you for watching from home as well. Yeah, we could not have asked for better parade weather.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little chilly, but it's nice. The sun is coming out.
Oh, yeah, we'll be warming up through the 50s degree-wise during the course of the parade. So, nobody's really overly bulked up. I've got my thermal underwear on, but
Yes, and what you can't see is I have a blanket over my lap. But it is festive. It's Christmas colors.
Now, tell me about your sweater. You made it yourself?
I did. So before the ugly sweater craze that happened within the last couple of years, my husband and I were going to an ugly Christmas sweater party, and we could not find any, so we decided to make our own.
That's the way to do it.
So I hand sewed on all of these things, and
Good job.
kept it for years. I love it.
Well, I think we can now officially introduce the Knox County Sheriff Department, who are leading off the parade with a huge group of motorcycle officers.
I'm just blinded by the lights right now.
Oh.
It's really pretty.
Bruce Springsteen wrote that song, Blinded by the Light.
Did he really?
Yeah, most famous version is by the Manfred Mann Earth Band. But and also there's a float that the Sheriff's Department has, which represents the men and women of the KCSO. Sheriff Tom Spangler and his agency want to wish the Karns community a Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year.
Yeah. We also want to thank them for keeping our community safe.
Absolutely.
And for all the work that they do.
I'm just impressed that he can ride the motorcycle that slowly, because I think I would tipple over if at that speed.
Tipple?
Topple?
Topple over?
Well, tipple, I guess, is what I was doing another day. I always topple after I tipple. But there's a whole crew. What do they look like? They're five across, maybe?
Yeah, 5
Hey,
across.
hey.
Good morning.
That's one of the fancy sports cars that the Sheriff's Department has right there.
I see that. It's nicely wrapped.
And here comes the float.
This is the only time you want to see those flashing lights behind you.
Yeah, exactly. Some of those, I don't know if you've noticed, but some of those Sheriff's Department's cars have invisible logos on the side, so almost invisible. So the light has to hit them in the right way. Yeah, so that's very tricky.
It's a really cool effect.
Well, here's the sheriff himself is going by on his flatbed. There, Sheriff. Good morning.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, they've got candy they're throwing out.
Absolutely. Well,
kids love that.
That's the thing about Christmas parades here in East Tennessee. Candy is a big part of it.
Yep.
You know, and most of them go out and buy new candy rather than use leftover Halloween candy.
Do you have any leftover Halloween candy at this point?
Yes. Thankfully, I still do, which means I haven't eaten it all.
Oh. Well, I have been trying to not steal all of my kids' Halloween candy, so they still have plenty of it because I don't give them a ton of sugar.
Oh.
So, every couple of days they get a piece.
But that's a good tip for next year if you're going to be in a Christmas parade, whether it's there's so many. I mean, there's probably a dozen parades today, probably another dozen next weekend here in East Tennessee. As soon as Halloween's over, go buy a bunch of discounted candy and save it for the Christmas parade because, it's only a month old by the.
Yeah, and we all know candy lasts forever. Most of it, anyway.
Now, the parade paused for a moment for the band to perform down at the red light or wherever they are. No, they're down by O'Reilly's.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And then I hope they stop and perform for us here on camera.
I would hope so. I was just about to say, I hope they do that again. And they'll probably do that several points along the parade so that everybody watching will get a chance to see that.
That is very cool. And there's a few, when you do a lot of Christmas parades, there's a great marching band arrangement of Christmas medley. And I don't get tired of it. I could hear it again and again as I do. But last night we were walking I mentioned in the downtown Knoxville parade with PBS, and we were behind the Central High School band, and they sounded very tight, very sharp.
Oh, I believe that.
I don't mean sharp in a bad way. I meant they looked sharp.
Not musically sharp. All of the details were there.
Yeah.
And as you can see now, the Karns Volunteer Fire Department is coming down with one of their trucks.
And that is another unique thing about Karns. You probably in most of Knox County, or you either are on City Fire Department or on Rural Metro, but Karns has its own volunteer fire department and always needs your help and support. So if you live specifically in Karns, these are the guys who are going to stop your house from burning down. Yep. And we hope so. You want to make sure you contribute during the course of the year. You don't want to get hit with that bill.
No, you don't.
Which is why we're at Mike Grimes Insurance. That's a beautiful truck. Look at that.
You can tell they wash it. They probably wash them every day.
It looks pretty up to date, too. because that's one thing about firefighting is just, the equipment needs to be updated. And right now, we are looking at the junior ROTC from Karns High School on screen. It looks like they're headed this way. Can you make out what the letters are at the front? Is it Air Force Junior ROTC?
Yeah.
Is what it looks like.
Yeah, Junior ROTC or RTC.
With the AF in front.
Yeah.
As opposed to some of the other schools around the area have a Naval ROTC.
Yeah.
Okay, so very cool. It's a nice way for kids to participate, high school students to participate, and really get some of that discipline and training, and they always seem to be.
And it gives them an idea of if they want to enlist later on, they'll have an idea of what it's like.
It seems like a lot of my Facebook friends who have kids in the ROTC program, they always are big achievers. Like, Beatrice is in the ROTC, and she also just won a medal in cross country at a meet somewhere and elsewhere.
I made the mistake one day in college of going with my friend who was in the ROTC program to a 5 a.m. PT, which is physical training.
Oh, boy.
They don't understand the word civilian.
No. They treated you.
I was
listen,
ill after the fact. So what they do is incredible. Oh, look, they've got the I call them ugly Christmas sweaters, but they're really just fun and festive. So they're themed. I see a lot of Santa sweaters, a lot of Santa hats, and they're singing.
Not that you can hear it over the bagpipe, but
yeah. You don't want to sing with me? We don't want to assail the viewers' ears at home.
We'll try it. It's just right now all I'm hearing is I believe that's bagpiper John Rose.
All right,
just who it looks like. But
now we're coming up to our parade grand marshals, which is the Karns High School football senior captains.
Outstanding.
Tim Robbins, Drew McMillian, Zach Pugh.
Oh, great. And it's really cool that they were chosen to. Now, Karns High School had an absolutely incredible football season this year. I mean, beating Oak Ridge for the first time in forever, making it
so exciting.
Making it actually to the state playoffs. They didn't. Obviously, Powell actually did win the state championship, and Alcoa also won a state championship. But I mean, this was one of the absolute best years that Karns football has had in a long time. So we're very proud of all those guys for their hard work and the coaching staff and everybody. And you just got a shot of Mr. Wade out there he's working it today, getting some good.
I keep getting distracted just watching it myself. I love parades. It's always a fun, festive atmosphere. It really gets you in the Christmas spirit.
And there's football candy, apparently. They're being tossed out as well.
Well, you can't go wrong with candy.
Yeah, it was an interception, though, unfortunately. I don't think that was. I don't think they meant for that. The girl in the red to get it.
Good thing that's not gonna. It's not gonna be held against them in the off season.
Yeah, so as we take a look down the road, we can see that one of the dance teams has paused to perform, so I hope they'll also pause for us. We've got several dance squads here. The middle school cheerleaders are coming up. And I should mention that with the high school football, the middle school football was marching with them too.
Yeah, they were.
So, and Karns Beavers, of course, is the mascot. So that's why you see, a lot of references on different road names, and Beaver Creek.
Yeah, Beaver Creek is a huge road.
They do a good job. The folks who are involved in the Karns Fair do a good job of trying to clean up the creek. They get out there in canoes and things, kayaks, and have cleanup days along the creek, and it's really so much better now than it was really just even 5 years ago. The improvement is remarkable over the past few years.
I mean, being in the neighborhood, I've always thought that this was one of the best areas.
Oh yeah.
It's not huge. It's far enough out of the way, but it's still close to everything.
Yeah.
And now, here we go. We've got, I think these are
These should be the middle school cheerleaders.
Yes, the middle school cheerleaders. Right. They've got their festive pom-poms and their Santa hats. And I saw them stop and perform a little ways down the road, so I'm hoping they'll stop and perform for us here in just a minute.
This is a home game for them because we're literally parked in front of their school. Oh, these are the high school cheerleaders.
Merry Christmas.
I see.
Oh, yes.
All right. You're on camera. Do something. All right.
They probably have their set spots where they then perform.
Well, they were told to do something in front of the bridge, so they did it half a mile down the road. Outstanding. And another set of cheerleaders is coming, so.
Yes. They maybe look a little smaller. They might be the middle school cheerleaders coming down.
Yeah, well, we'll find out when they get here.
And did you know that the Karns High School cheerleaders are actually made up of 32 girls? That's a big cheer squad.
Oh, that is quite impressive.
Yeah. And they support all the athletic teams at Karns and are very involved in community service as well. And they also competed in the TSSAA State Cheer Championship where they placed third in the game day large division.
When your kids get older, you'll start calling that TSSAA.
Oh, okay.
TSSAA. But your kids are still too little.
I don't know if they'll go in the cheerleader route either.
Well, I mean, any
Though
sport.
they do love
No,
flipping and jumping.
TSSAA is football, basketball, soccer, every school sport.
Oh, okay,
It's
gotcha.
the Tennessee it might be Secondary School Association.
Yeah, we
Now,
haven't gotten there yet, and I'm okay
these
with
cheerleaders have a gift-wrapped golf cart leading their way.
that. Oh, I bet they had fun putting that together.
What are they saying? Let's listen. Oh, fantastic.
Now, I believe this is the middle school cheerleaders.
Yep, and probably the football guys, too. Fantastic.
One of them is wearing a Grinch costume.
Somebody did just try to throw candy at us. That was pretty good. Simon, give that kid a contract. Made it all the way here. That was nice.
Are there any scouts in the audience today? That's the question.
Oh, of course there are. Always. Well, if you're a middle school football scout, why wouldn't you be watching the Karns Christmas Parade on YouTube?
I mean, why not?
I just got a text that my son, Frank Jr., is watching from Michigan, and my daughter, Megan, and her family watching from Virginia. And they're the ones I was telling tales about. So I don't know if you heard, but Megan, but I told the story about the dinosaur, toy dinosaur Charlie. So I want to, back up to the beginning to catch that, just in case.
Yeah, so I guess we can't talk about Christmas presents, what they've asked for, or anything, because they're listening.
Yeah, they know how to reach Santa. They've got the direct line to make sure that he knows exactly what they
What
want.
did you ask Santa for?
Not aluminum siding, some kind of siding for the house. Yeah, we need to get some home repairs done.
That's how you know you're an adult. We have plumbing issues going on, so I wouldn't mind if Santa picked up that repair bill.
I don't want to. There's some new kind of siding that is like more durable that I need to do some research.
Anything fun?
Sure.
Shoes and purses are always a plus for me.
Okay.
Like I always look forward to getting
That's good.
stuff like
That's
that.
helpful advice for if I got to find my wife something.
You can't go wrong at the Dillard Shoe Department, let me just say.
Nice.
And you can find good sales there, Frank, because I know how you like a good sale.
Oh, I'm a cheapskate.
And I actually feel even better about getting gifts when I know the person who bought them for me got them on sale.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I like knowing that they saved money.
What I like to do is go to the supermarket and buy gift cards, get the double, triple, or quadruple gas points, and then go spend the gift cards at or anywhere. I mean, whether you're
That's
like if I'm buying
genius.
whether it's whatever chain store you're going to that takes gift cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you extreme coupon too?
I do not, except the ones that you on the app where you press. Listen, can you hear that song? That's the medley I was trying to describe earlier. That's the medley of Christmas tunes.
Now, can you tell me which Christmas tunes are in that medley?
Sure. They just did Joy to the World, and now we're into Joy to the World is the over. That's Joy to the World. That kind of keeps coming through. And sometimes the Karns High School will be in multiple parades in the same day. So
That's a long day for them,
yeah.
but it's fun. As
Like-
fun as it is to watch parades, I think it's even more fun being in a parade.
It is. Now, it's funny, though, because my friend Mary out in California is a flute player, and she, to this day, hates parades because of having been in so many. And she grew up in California. It wasn't even that cold.
No. I mean, if it's 70 on your parade day, you cannot complain about that.
Yeah.
This is the Karns High School Marching Band. And it looks like they created a really fun and festive float. I see a dancing snowman.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, because from the side, it looks like a pirate's skull.
It does.
That's a snowman, you're telling me?
No. There's a snowman in the back of the float
Okay.
as well. But you're right, it does look like a skull Santa on the side.
Well, it's... Here we go with another song from Karns High School. Let's listen. you heard a little bit of Joy to the World there in that. And if they start playing the tune again, we'll be quiet and listen.
Yeah, they sound great.
That's the cool thing about being up. Mindy is also president of the Knoxville Nativity Pageant, so she might have those flows back to back. She usually plans it that way. Here we go. This is the truck that has to carry all the equipment for the Karns band. I've got to tell you, when I have used the Karns band room as my dressing room, or as my green room when I've hosted the Karns Fairs of the Fair pageant.
Yeah.
We had it many years at Karns High School. Although this past summer, Catherine Frady and I did it. We had it at one of the churches over in Byington, Beaver Creek. Now we're picking up with some of our fairest of the fair. Speaking of,
yes,
you see Brooklyn Mullins in the first car. She's a tiny tot, and a lot of the girls are here. Hi! Oh, look,
Merry Christmas!
Wow!
I love your crowns. If you can hear me.
Fantastic. Yeah, those are the ladies who won this past July when we did the contest.
This has to be one of their more fun duties.
You've got Fair Miss, you've got Fair Lady.
Miss Senior Rose, Kenyon.
Yes, so there's all ages. There's even a Mr. Karns that might have...
oh, I love that.
Yes, but all ages can participate in the Karns Fairest of the Fair. I mean, all the way up to seniors, senior citizens, from tiny tots up to, with their eyes all aglow, kids from 1 to 92.
All right, now we are seeing Cub Scout Pack 50. They meet at the Beaver Ridge United Methodist Church every Tuesday at 6:30.
Oh, fantastic. Merry Christmas to you. They've got a nice pontoon boat for themselves.
I mean, why not? It's not in the water right now.
Yeah.
Why not turn it into a Christmas parade?
Some more entries coming by.
Oh, look at this.
And let's see who we've got on camera right here. But I see AA Air Company, so that's Heating and Air. Then County Commissioner Larson J. is coming next. He, I think, is either just finishing his term as chairman of the Knox County Commission, but I know he's obviously up for re-election, which is why he's got everybody carrying his signs. I've got to tell you, I remember when Larson and his wife met. He had a housewarming party. He was moving into Sturkey Lofts. This is 20 years ago. And Adrian, his wife, to-be, came there to cover it for Channel 6, and it was love at first sight.
Aww.
Hey, Larson! How are you, brother?
Merry Christmas
Good
to
see you. So I go to this housewarming party for Larson, and he's just all goo-goo-eyed with this TV reporter. And they're married now. It's, 15, 20 years later, and they're still married, and they have beautiful children.
Here's Cedar Bluff Community Baptist Church.
Oh, with a nice live nativity scene.
Fantastic. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Outstanding. Yeah, nice nativity scene they've got set up. Here's another fire truck.
Looks like the
Godfrey
with TriStar Twirl, your friends, Frank.
Oh, there she is. There's Mindy. As I'm mentioning, Mindy Thomas is also this year president of the Knoxville Nativity Pageant. So she has got so many parades. They were in the parade last night. They're going to be in the Rocky Hill Parade tonight.
Oh, look how cute they are twirling their batons.
Now, Mindy was a twirler at UT herself back in the day. And her father-in-law is Bob Thomas, the radio guy, not the school superintendent. And her mother-in-law is Kim Sims Thomas, the former newscaster. So it's a great family that's been involved so deeply in our community. And it's awesome that Mindy's able to teach all these young girls how to... Hi, how are you?
Oh, do you see this one twirler? She had to have just thrown that up, what, 20 foot?
Yeah. Oh, you can see how what practice makes perfect, you know?
And now we're seeing the Girl Scout Council of Southern Appalachians.
Are you a Girl Scout?
I am.
Well, good.
I was a Daisy, a Brownie, and a Girl Scout. I made it through freshman year of high school.
I remember the year. There's Dr. Richard Briggs. He's a state senator out in Nashville. Dr. Briggs, how are you? Good to see you. One year I had to sell 1,000 Girl Scout boxes of Girl Scout
1,000?
We made over 1,000.
Wow.
We were determined to win.
They
Very
do
competitive.
kind of sell themselves.
I know. You know what? The Girl Scouts have candy now, so they're really. I don't know how they're doing this to me, but
I haven't seen the candy.
My wife bought some of these delicious fruit slices and little chocolate toffee candies. They're Girl Scout candy now in the off season from Girl Scout cookies.
I didn't know that. And here's Devin Driscoll. He is running for Knox County Commission seat at large, and he's also hosting a Christmas party for Toys for Tots this Tuesday. If you want to check out all of that information, you can go to driscollforknox.com for information on that. So thank you for helping raise toys for the kids.
Here's the school law enforcement officers. So we, of course, have great respect for what they... Hi, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And here come our Knox County schools, starting with Karns Elementary.
Is this the magic school bus finally that we're getting to see?
It feels like it. Now, I wonder if they get the kids' art departments involved in creating some of the decorations that are going on the school bus.
Well, I mean, it is a community. One thing, we always refer to this as the Karns community. It's, of course, one way to describe it, but it's also just an accurate thing. We call it
There's
the Karns
Beaver
Community Fair. Hi there. Hi, everybody. And the Karns Community Parade, it's on the sign right behind us, Karns Community Fair. And they don't...
It's the magic Christmas bus today, Frank.
Oh, that's what it is.
With all the snowmen.
Now, I would imagine each one of those snowmen is made by the child who sits in that seat.
Do they have assigned seating on the buses these days?
I made that part up, but I'll go with it. But I think those snowmen on paper plates are all obviously made by the students. That's fantastic.
There's such great crafts that you can make with your kids this time of year, which also really helps as parents to help keep them busy.
Yeah. I decorated I'll call it a gingerbread house, but it was a graham cracker house the other day. It was a graham cracker structure and an ice cream cone.
Did you build it yourself?
No. All I had to do was smear the icing on it and attach the gumdrops, but it was I still did something. I'm not very crafty.
Oh, we have more Girl Scouts. Good morning, ladies. Troop 22108. And who knows? They are throwing out candy. Maybe it's the Girl Scout candy they're throwing out. Do you think?
That would be really expensive.
Probably. Maybe they get a discount.
I hope so. And one of the car clubs is...
Merry Christmas!
Thank you. Tell us about the car club that's coming up.
Oh.
I see some classic cars of all
there's...
types.
Oh, wow. Now, while I can appreciate the cars, I don't know a lot about one. There's a red GTO just passed.
Nice. And you see on the screen another...
We need our friend Bruce here to tell us about
we should have
all
texted
of the cars.
him. We should say, Bruce, to watch the show and tell us the cars.
There's a Ford Mustang coming up. I do recognize that. I want to say that might be a 60s model. I could be wrong. Somebody who's a car person is going, oh, you're getting it wrong.
Well, we can just shut up and let you watch the cars. I mean, but you'll know what they are. They're fancy. But yeah, we can recognize the Mustang symbol, of course. There's a lot of, car enthusiasts in this area, and sometimes you have to keep track of who's going to be in Pigeon Forge when, because they have, at one time, they had a Crown Vic convention in Pigeon Forge, and we saw all these police cars driving toward that way. We were coming, I was on 75, and it's all these Crown Vics, and you're like, what is going on? And you realize we Googled it and looked up that they were having a Crown Vic car club meeting somewhere. But I know there's obviously Mustangs are a big society.
Oh, pretty much every type of sports car has its own society.
Yeah. Like our friend Bruce, he's into Dodge Chargers. But
you know what I do love about classic cars? Like you can just hear that one just rev.
Okay.
Like that revving of the engine. There's just something sexy about it. I'm gonna say it.
I thought you were going to say the AM radio, the lack of air conditioning.
Just the sound of that engine, it just feels American.
Power.
You
Yeah,
know,
you get the power.
powerful.
And that's the same reason guys will drive Harleys rather than some other brand of motorcycle. They want that loud noise. They want the rumble. Look at the cartoon hand waving at us from the bright green convertible. That's another Mustang.
They're smart because they're also wearing gloves because it's cold out.
Now, that's a cartoon hand with 5 fingers. Usually Mickey Mouse only has 4, so something's up with that.
Couldn't pay for the copyright, that's why.
Oh, there it is. Kirby Plants has a little mini tractor there that's pulling their
They've got a festive
flatbed
tree.
trailer.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure you can purchase some there if you like. Do you do a real tree or a fake tree?
You know, when we moved to Tennessee, we switched to fake tree so that, because we used to go out of town at Christmas time, but now that you bring it up, my wife and I haven't gone out of town at Christmas for years, so we probably could switch back to a real tree. We didn't want it to dry out while we were gone, you know?
It makes sense because that creates a fire hazard and all of that stuff.
But now that you bring it up, I guess we could probably switch back to a real tree.
Now, we were hoping to switch to a real tree this year, but we think we're going to stick with the fake tree just a little longer because, you know, little fingers in our house
But
that
also,
are very curious.
Also, there's one of the local Christmas tree farms was expecting to sell out. There's one in Sevier County, and they only had enough for
Merry Christmas!
2 weekends worth of sales. But there's still a lot of I've seen a lot of good tree lots around town.
Oh, there's
A
tons of
festively wrapped Volkswagen Beetle with lights.
Now, I hope they keep that on for the entire season rather than just today.
I think that would be
because
easier.
I think you could work. You can make that work.
It'd be easier than trying to take it off. And then, Becca, please tell me who you're going to call.
The Ghostbusters, of course.
I mean, you have to say it. It's kind of corny, but why wouldn't you?
I mean, there's a lot of movies that are considered Christmas movies, but I don't believe Ghostbusters has ever entered that conversation.
Oh, well, we could probably find some connection.
Well,
to it,
because,
right?
you know, there's a big debate over if Die Hard is really a Christmas movie or not. And
What if
Bruce Willis himself said no, but I don't even care. It is still a Christmas
What if the Stay
movie to
Puft
me.
Marshmallow Man was actually a snowman in disguise? How about that?
Or maybe a Little Debbie snack cake instead of...
But you can see they've got the slimy character, and then here in the next, it looks like one of our clowns, one of our local clowns. I believe, is that Trixie Sparkle? Is that spelled right?
Yeah.
Trixie? Maybe it's probably Trixie
I
Sparkle.
think it's Trixie Sparkle Pop Clown.
Oh, good. She's honking at us. And she does sparkle.
She does, and she's available for parties.
We got the
traditional
clown squeak.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice.
Look, even the wheels have snowflakes on them on her vehicle.
Oh,
that looks cool.
I hope you saw that.
I love snowflakes. I like snow when I don't have to go out in it.
Yeah.
Other than that, not big fan of it, but I do love the festiveness of a snowflake.
A year ago, we had a white Christmas here in East Tennessee.
Yeah, that was so beautiful last
Wasn't
year.
it great to just check that off your to-do list? You know, now you can say, been there, done that.
Well, it was great because it started Christmas Eve, so we had that. I actually got my kids sleds. One of them loved it, one of them not so much. You know, I'm okay with snow on Christmas.
Oh, all right.
That's the one time I'm like, yes, bring on the snow.
Fantastic.
All right, we have more cheerleaders coming down.
Beautiful.
This is the Karns cheer squad, I believe.
Okay. Yep, it looks like I got the Karns logo on there.
Now, these are actually my next door neighbor is the one driving the truck right now.
Oh, you really?
Yeah, that's David Bilbrey. His daughter Brooke is one of the cheerleaders.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm trying to see which one she is. They all have long blonde hair.
She's the one in the blue Santa hat.
That's right. It's the middle school dance team. That's what it is.
Nice.
I should have known that.
Oh, and they're going to
Merry
Jingle Bell Rock.
Christmas.
Here we go.
Let's watch some dance. Good job, ladies.
Charlie Susano going by next for Circuit Court. His dad, of course, was a judge for many years in the community. And here's another classic vehicle.
You don't see many classic trucks like this.
No.
That's a Dodge, I believe.
Charlie Susano is on camera right now, and then the classic truck behind him. Yeah, I mean, that looks like you'd want to borrow that red truck to make a movie or something. And then next up, Grace Christian has a fishing team.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's fun. Some of the girls who compete in the Karns Fair competition actually are also on the fishing team. So they get up. I mean, they had a competition. They were posting on Facebook at 3 in the morning while I was up watching it. But that's Lexi. Hi,
that
Lexi.
takes dedication, especially at that age to get it that
So
early.
her mom, the blonde girl in the front, I'm Facebook friends with her mom, and she was posting that they were up at 3 in the morning to go to Middle Tennessee to compete in a fishing tournament to represent Grace Christian.
Now, how do they get points at a fishing tournament? Do you know?
Well, I would think it's the size of the fish usually, because when they had the Bassmasters downtown in Knoxville, they had to catch the fish, get it over to the convention center as fast as possible, weigh the fish, and then they had built a special chute that they would drop the fish down through the stage, and it would go shooting out into a tank of water from the river.
Wow.
And then they would get the fish back in the water. I mean, the whole thing took within hours.
That's crazy.
Within
Right
minutes,
now we're
really.
seeing Girl Scout Troop 22059 from the Oak Grove Homeschool Co-op. And they're dressed like presents. Look how cute they look. And now we're being followed by a Christmas in the Cave.
Oh, this is Cherokee Caverns right here on Oak Ridge Highway, right before you get to Solway. So that's the Whidbey family runs Christmas in the Cave, and they run the cave all year long. And that's hilarious. You see, they've got their Cousin Eddie routine going on. And Cousin Eddie, he went out and did a bit with the Clydesdales at Turkey Creek this past week. And it's fun times to go to Christmas in the Cave at Cherokee Caverns. It's always 58 degrees inside the cave. Doesn't matter if it's hot or cold out here.
At least you know what weather to prepare for.
Yeah.
And this time of year, it's very festive. They have Santa out there. They have all the different lights. It's a really great family thing to take
National
the kids
Lampoon
to.
stuff, yeah. Dr. Bill Bass and I do lectures in the cave. I think we're going to do one coming up in February. Not to spoil anything, but I'll tell you, it's February 14th.
You heard it here first.
Going to do Valentine's in the Cave again this year. If you want to learn about, for some forensic anthropology with your Valentine. Now, you may recognize the Signs and Such folks, Becca. I think when you and I used to work in radio.
Yeah, they did a lot of our signage.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Pretty much all of it.
Pretty much all of it, yeah. But we still love it. They got a
Merry
Grinch.
Christmas.
They got a Grinch in the bucket truck.
Uh-oh. It's the Grinch whose heart has already grown 3 sizes, though.
Oh, good.
Because he's throwing out candy.
Yeah. And looks like we've got another one of our political officers.
Yes,
or
Sarah Keith.
Politicians. Sarah Keith is up next. I can't see quite what she's running for yet, but I'm sure we'll get to it in a sec.
Got the nice candy cane theme going on.
Yeah. I can tell you already, it feels like there are more entries in this year's parade. By she's
and
running
Sarah,
for
go ahead.
General Session Judge, it says.
Yeah, for Division 2.
Good. There's already more entries, I can tell, in this year's parade than last year's. And last year was an accomplishment just to have one. Mm-hmm. But I'm also thinking that this year must be coming up on an election year because we didn't have all the politicians in the parade last year.
Oh, look at this.
What is it, some kind of
1952 Federal
Thunderbolt?
Yeah.
I can't tell if
It looks like a giant megaphone.
I was going to say wood chipper, but maybe.
Oh, it probably is a wood chipper.
Some piece of equipment that's pretty fancy. Karns Republican Club is represented.
First Tuesday of every month. Come see us at Field 630.
Hi there. Oh, hey, it's Roger Kane. He's an insurance dude and a former office holder. He's been in the state legislature.
Oh, they've got several trucks.
Yeah. This truck representing looks like Justin Lafferty and
Betsy Henderson for the school board.
Roger Kane, who just yelled "Hi Frank" to us, he used to be the president of the Karns Community Fair, and that's how I got involved. Roger contacted me and asked me to be MC for the Karns Fair Pageant one year, and I've enjoyed my association.
This is the Golf Club Mafia at Beaver Creek.
Golf Cart Mafia, I think.
Yeah.
Is what that says.
Oh, golf
there's
cart. Oh, how fun.
With the Grinch golf cart.
And I love how the Christmas trees on top kind of look like they're dancing.
The Christmas tree golf cart with the honkin'. And who's next? We've got another well-decorated golf cart.
Oh, the golf carts just keep coming.
Here's
Which one is your favorite golf cart?
Well, maybe the one with the balloons. We've got a
Balloons?
child driving this next one, so that's good. Learn to drive early, kids. This next one with
It's
the
an elf,
balloons.
it's not a child.
Oh, okay. It's quite spectacular. I don't even think they can see out the front. And this one is the souped-up golf cart next with this Grinch character. That's a truck.
Oh, it's a sleigh.
But I mean, look at the wheels on that golf cart. That's something else.
Off-roading
Yeah, you
golf cart.
You could tow a trailer with that one.
And now we have the Karns Lady Beavers.
Oh, basketball. All right. From Karns Middle School.
Merry Christmas.
Hello, ladies. How are you? And more from Karns Middle School. Their cheer and majorettes are coming up after the basketball team. It's fun because the kids on the team are obviously recognizing friends and family along the parade route. That's one of the joys of being in a community parade, is you see your friends as you're marching. So here we go with middle school cheerleaders. Merry Christmas. And
Merry
then
Christmas, ladies.
middle school majorettes.
Yeah. Now, the three in front who are, wearing their traditional uniform, I've got to give it up to them because it's still quite cold out.
But they're walking, and they're exercising.
They're not
as
walking
they
that
go.
fast, Frank.
More classic cars. That's a nice truck. Does that remind you of like a ZZ Top music video? Any of those type
A little bit.
That's a Ford, and then an orange Roadrunner.
And then we have another political candidate, Kim Frazier. This is another vehicle where I feel like they could keep it wrapped all Christmas long.
Oh yeah.
Merry Christmas! You can go to electkimfrazier.com if you want to find out more about her campaign.
Somebody's got a great bubble machine on the front of that white Jeep. That looks like fun.
And that's a heavy duty one because most of the kids ones that you buy are not that good.
But they're still better. I mean, I played with some of those with my grandson over the summer. One friend of mine who had a bunch of bubble machines came over, and we set them up like 12 of them all at once.
Oh, that must have been fun. I would
It
have
was
liked that
insane.
as an
Yeah,
adult.
I recommend it highly. Just go all in on the bubble machines. Don't just get one. Just completely overdo it, and you'll still wish you had more.
Probably.
But it was well worth it. It was a fun time.
Now we're seeing Betsy Henderson for school board. Her truck.
Nice.
And I believe those are her kids or her grandkids.
I hope so, because otherwise
They're in fun festive
I have
sweaters.
to call the authorities.
And then we've got another Girl Scout troop.
All dressed in matching winter colors.
I think they're going for a Frozen theme.
Ah, do you want to sing? I don't.
No. We could just say, let it go.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, and I always love seeing dogs in a parade.
Nice.
Do you see the one in a little dog onesie? My dog would not go for that.
Right now we're here in some more high-powered, quote-unquote, golf carts. And look at this race car.
We've got a reindeer.
I mean, here the race car on camera right
yeah.
now, the number 117. Tennessee Punch Bunch. That's pretty fancy looking and loud. And now this is clever when you can buy a Santa hat that's big enough to fit over your motorcycle helmet. And you see the yellow one did a little bit of a mini wheelie right there. He's having a little bit of fun. The one in the yellow.
I think they're trying to plant seeds for what your kids might want for
Oh.
Christmas. The ones of, teenagers at
But
least.
check out this lowrider that just went by with the flatbed jacked up. That's pretty cool. And then you love dogs in a parade,
I
Becca.
do.
Here's a dog that's figured out how not to have to walk. This dog's very smart.
He looks like he's posing. He's got his head up.
Yeah. wisely got himself on the float. Smart move.
Merry Christmas.
Hi.
Coming up, we've got some more Jeeps. We got a TriStar Jeep.
Yes, I wonder if the sign fell off for some of these groups that are supposed to know, they all look like they're wearing matching uniforms. So they could be the volleyball team.
The sign might be on the other side.
Yeah. Well, Karns does have an excellent volleyball team also, among other things.
Here's
Congressman Tim Burchett.
Howdy. And he's driving.
Howdy, Congressman. How are you?
Merry Christmas.
Good to see you. Hey, Michael. It's Michael Greider in the passenger seat.
Aw. And isn't she darling?
Beautiful cars. That's a classic car. That one I would think you'd ride in Downton Abbey or somewhere, or The Great Gatsby or one of those type of things.
And next we're seeing the Andy Griffith Show, Rerun Watchers Club.
This is fun because these guys will get together maybe at the Tennessee Valley Fair, or just they have the Mayberry car. Mark Kaywood drives there's a few of these cars in the neighborhood, but in Karns usually it's Mark Kaywood who's driving his replica Andy Griffith cruiser or Sheriff Andy Taylor cruiser.
Yeah, as we're seeing it now.
But I'm not positive that is his, but it probably is. Let's see who else is in there. And they've got an Aunt Bee in the back, and an Andy and a Barney, and then an Otis. Usually, they show up and do fun events everywhere. It's great to have them. Here's another one of our pageant girls.
I'm always jealous of the tiaras.
Well,
and they've got bubbles too.
I know people.
This is Pacey Brockwell.
And she was one of our winners. Oh, my
She's
grandson.
the Karns Fair Little Miss Queen.
My grandson was infatuated with her at the Ferris of the Fair pageant this year. He just wanted to just look at her. He was too afraid to talk to her.
She has a beautiful smile. I can see how he could be dazzled by that.
Check out the Polar
Another Girl
Express.
Scout troop, and my kids are probably loving this right now. They absolutely love trains. Choo choo!
Another Karns sports team aboard the Polar Express.
Baseball team. It's the Karns baseball team.
I was checking to see if we got that on the notes, but I don't think we do. I recognize the Armadillo from Texas Roadhouse is coming up in an open pickup truck next.
That was my elementary school mascot, Frank.
The Texas Roadhouse Armadillo?
It was the more elementary armadillo. Yes, in Texas.
You grew up in Texas, right?
I did.
You went to Stephen F. Austin?
Yes. Axe of Jacks.
I mean...
And you have recently tried your hand at axe throwing.
Oh, yeah. Axe throwing is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Or maybe you're just naturally talented, Frank.
No, well, I had guys tell me that it says, here, do this and do that, and then it works. When you listen to the actual advice of the lumberjacks, it's very helpful.
Olive Pusta VW Bug Bus.
And the Pinnacle Assisted Living vehicle. Also doing the Jingle Bell Rock.
I love the Jingle Bell Rock. It's one of my favorite Christmas tunes.
Oh, nice. And more
more Pinnacle vehicles.
Classic cars.
And I can't tell if that's a classic motorcycle, but they have it decorated really festive as a sleigh.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter what's under it because the decorations are so great. You'll see that
I wonder
just a
how long
second
that
from
takes.
now. They're having some fun from Pinnacle Assisted Living here. I believe is the music coming out of the motorcycle.
I believe it is too. Well,
Super
it's
loud.
Here's Latham Mechanical for all your air conditioning and heating needs.
And some more fancy cars. That's another beauty. That's another ZZ Top music video waiting to happen. And here's a smart car decked out with a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer nose. This is from one of the local chiropractors. It says...
Scholes Family Chiropractic.
Fantastic. I like those smart cars because to me, you could put them in the trunk of your regular car and use them as a spare if you were to get a flat.
I was driving one day and I saw somebody with a smart car, and they had a little wind-up looking accessory on the back to make it look like they were a wind-up car, and it made my day.
That's what I want. That would make sense to me.
Oh, and they're throwing up bouncy balls.
Oh, good. Yes.
That's a unique take.
Get some exercise.
More classic cards, and then
I see the word
Datsun.
Datsun and Harmon. Let's see.
Vote for Datsun.com. Find out about them. And then Mark Harmon for Congress.
Oh, okay. I know Mark Harmon. He used to write parody songs for the Front Page Follies. Oh.
I still miss that. That was such a great show every year.
Yeah, I remember he wrote me a brilliant parody song that I did to my Bob Hope imitation and got out there.
We've got the Knox County Democratic Party making their way down. Merry Christmas.
Hello, Merry Christmas. They were in the City of Knoxville parade last night also.
They got some famous faces, standees with them.
Oh, yeah. Howdy, howdy.
Oh, and here's a bright red truck. It's beautiful.
Get ready for the horses. Or the ponies.
Oh.
And bring on the ponies.
You can be excited about the Clydesdales, but every little girl wants a pony. How adorable are they?
So, wait. When a little girl says she wants a pony for Christmas, these girls actually got a pony for Christmas?
It appears so.
It actually happens in real life?
Apparently it can.
Okay, I had no idea. I thought it was just like a Hallmark movie or something. I didn't know that was real.
And this is, I'm trying to read their sign, Weeping Willow Miniatures.
Oh, all right.
So I wonder if they're available for parties.
More troops, Troop 20139. Or how would you say that, 2139?
Yeah.
Here's a flatbed truck with American flags, and then another lowrider, Chevrolet blue lowrider.
I would be afraid to drive such a lowrider around here with our hills, because I feel like you'd scrape the bottom of it.
I mean,
going up a lot.
I guess if you have a car like that, you therefore must have a mechanic and a body shop, because they're in the process. You can see they're making some restoration still on that one. But I would be worried about getting into some kind of accident. Becca, the parade's over.
Oh.
I mean, it just seems like it went by so quick, but we managed to do a
1
hour parade.
Yeah, we've got the Karns Lions Club bringing up the rear. Very festive. They've got Santa. It's Santa!
That's how you know the parade's over. The main man has arrived, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus with the Karns Lions Club. And of course, Lions clubs are known for their help with vision. They'll collect your old eyeglasses and find a way to repurpose them.
You're saying they're on the nice list.
Yeah, absolutely on the nice list.
Merry Christmas, Santa and Mrs. Claus!
And if you look down the road, you can see the regular shoppers trying to get home from Ingalls. That's how the parade actually ends. Well, that was a lot of fun. And
that was a great turnout this year.
Absolutely.
Especially all the sports teams, all the Girl Scouts that showed up this year.
Yeah. Well, Karns has had a great year, especially, like we said, sports-wise. So it is very nice to have such a strong turnout of all the sports. We saw, baseball, basketball, football, and probably some volleyball. I strongly suspect we saw volleyball.
The fishing club?
Yes,
or the fishing team?
From Grace Christian.
Yeah.
That amuses me that they get out there and have, competitive fishing.
Start them young.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you'll support the Karns Fair. We're going to really say thank you to our crew of students of Mr. Wade's class. We've got Emma, Alyssa, and Jesse, who did an outstanding job. And say hi to them as they're waving there in front of Mike Grimes Insurance. Well done, guys.
Yep. Good job. Thank you. And thanks again to Mike Grimes for letting us be staged here at his insurance agency.
Yeah.
We want to thank everybody for watching through the
Bear
YouTube
having his
live
little
stream.
birthday party back there.
Oh yes, happy birthday, Bear!
Yeah, so we appreciate your watching, and if you've got any friends who are in the parade, be sure to send them the link to the YouTube channel, because they obviously couldn't watch it while they were marching, and will want to see it after the fact. We also want you to hit subscribe on the Karns Network, because there's certain benchmarks you have to get to on YouTube. For example, you have to get to 100 subscribers if you want to be able to get your custom channel name. You've got to get to 1,000 subscribers if you want to start being able to do mobile live streaming and some other things. So the Karns Network is growing, and by you hitting the subscribe button, it helps them tremendously. I'd also urge you, while you're in the mood, please do seek out the Frank and Friends show on YouTube. You'll see on the most recent episode, Becca James is with me.
Yep.
And then
you do just a lot of fun activities in and around the area.
Yeah.
You spotlight all the fun things to do around town because there's so much more in our community than you even realize, and Frank finds out about it for us.
The one that's sitting at home on the computer to finish editing today is a visit to the Inn at Christmas Place. Catherine Frady and I went to the Inn at Christmas Place.
Festive all year round. So if you like listening to Christmas music year round, that's your place.
Yeah, so that's our next episode on the Frank and Friends Show. You can find more at frankandfriendshow.com, and we appreciate all of that level of support. Well, I guess there's Julie Muse. This gives us the thumbs up, so I guess we did okay, huh? Julie is the president of the Karns Community Fair right now. So thank you, Julie,
thank you for having
us.
Thank you for watching from home. Thank you for everybody who came out today. Have a Merry Christmas.
I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Becca James.
And we'll see you next year.
Let's go.